Hey guys. Oh, sorry. So today is gonna be a different kind of vlog. I guess it's gonna technically a one take. But it's Sunday, which means I just dropped off Grayson with his dad. And I wasn't even gonna film today because, I just kind of wanted to sit here and cry like I do every time I drop him off. But I mean, this is why I started the vlogs. I want to document how I feel and what goes on and all that. But yesterday we didn't vlog because we were actually kind of busy. Grayson was at his grandpa's, my dad's house, until like 1 or 2, something like that. And we just ran errands before we picked him up. And then when we did pick him up, we went to my mom's and just hung out, had dinner. Grayson got a new pool and sandbox, so I didn't feel like filming yesterday. But today is Sunday, which means, again, I just dropped off Grayson with his dad. Excuse me. And I just wanted to get, I just want other people to know how I feel and how it goes down and all this stuff. So, for those of you that don't know, I have a 2-year-old son and I co-parent with his father who lives 2 hours away. So we meet an hour in between, every Sunday. We alternate weeks. Sorry, I'm still crying. So it's just been extremely hard on me. I hate being away from him for so long, and we've been doing this since mid-February, I think. And I was like, oh well, it'll get easier within a few weeks, and it's been months now and it's still not easier. Sorry. It's every parent, wants to cherish every second they can with their kid, and I definitely love being with Grayson. I definitely love seeing all of his milestones. I love, teaching him things. I love watching him learn and all of that. And this isn't me saying that, only I should have him or anything. That's not the case. I know Grayson needs his dad, and I wouldn't want to take him away from his dad. It's just hard because, both of us want so much time with him. We want him all the time, but we can't be together, so this is the best option. So yeah, it's just really hard on me, and I think I would still be hard on me even if it was every other weekend, because I have extreme anxiety. You can ask anyone that knows me. I am constantly thinking about like ways that I could die, ways that Grayson could die, and I know it's morbid and awful, but I just can't help it. That's just how my mind works, I guess. And every time I drop him off, I'm always thinking, is this the last time I'm gonna see him? Am I gonna get a call in the middle of the week from Dalton saying that something happened and he's 2 hours away, so I'm not gonna be able to get to him? And it's just awful, and I shouldn't be, thinking like that, and I'm completely aware of it. I don't know how to fix it, I guess. My doctor has prescribed me anxiety medication, but I react really badly to it, so I'm obviously not going to take those. But yeah, it's just so hard. I mean, if I would have known before I got pregnant that this is how I was gonna feel all the time, for half of the month, thinking I'm never gonna see him again or stupid things like that. I mean, if I knew that I was gonna feel like this, I honestly wouldn't have gotten pregnant. I wouldn't trade Grayson for the world, and I'm so glad that I have him. But this pain and this fear is just like, it's crippling, I can't do anything the day I drop him off. And obviously the first day is the worst, and it gets easier throughout the week, but every night I'm still, crying and thinking about what's going on. And it's even harder, I think, because Dalton and I don't really get along very well. We've been doing better, though, since mediation, since we're not like, oh, I want him to stay through this day, and then one of us saying no or whatever. But it's just really hard for me because he cannot communicate with me for the life of him, it seems like. I try and tell Dalton and stuff all the time. Every time, like, hey, we're going to the doctor for this, or hey, we're going to urgent care for this, or hey, Grayson's feeling like this. I tell him every detail, because I would want to know that. But when he goes to Dalton's, he doesn't answer my phone calls, and I'll call him multiple times a day. Just this last week he was with him, I called him from 10 in the morning to 11 at night, and no response, no texts, no calls, no nothing. So I start, calling and texting his parents and everything, and then he finally calls, oh, Grayson fell asleep early and blah, blah, blah. But it still scares me, like, if you're not answering my phone call while you have my kid, my anxiety's already bad, so ignoring me just makes it worse, and I'm fearing the worst for sure. And he doesn't agree with me on a lot of parenting styles. I try and tell him, hey, this is how I'm going to do potty training. You need to do it at your house so, we can keep him on a strict, routine so he can get potty trained easy. And he won't do that. He has prescribed medication that he needs to take, and Don has forgotten to give it to him a few times. And like I said, he just doesn't keep me updated. And he'll come home with like bumps and bruises and bites and all this stuff, and sometimes he can't tell me why or when they happened, and other times they're lies. So it's really hard for me as, his parent to trust his father, And I should be able to be like, okay, I know what happened and it's fine, Dalton took care of it, whatever. It's just, lack of communication is a huge deal. Huge deal. You can ask anyone that's around me that knows Dalton and I suck at communicating. I wish he would talk to me more. He wishes I would talk to him less. And he considers me controlling, and I can see where he gets that, but I'm honestly just trying to put Grayson on a schedule. Like, Grayson doesn't want to take a nap today. Well, obviously, because he's 2, he's not going to want to nap, but you can tell he's tired, and he's going to cry for a nap because he doesn't want to lay down. And they put him to bed super late. And when I tell him, like, hey, you guys need to just let him sleep. He's 2, let him sleep. He's tired. He comes home so exhausted. Can you please put him to sleep more? And they don't listen to me on anything, it seems like. So it's really hard for me, especially when he comes back and he's extremely exhausted and has a bloody nose or a huge scratch or a bug bite that's infected or something. I freak out, and I don't really know who's watching Grayson. During the week, he says it's his brother and sister, because I guess they don't go to schools. I don't know, but I feel like I should still know, like, as soon as those things happen, rather than when he drops him off and I ask him, hey, what the heck is this? He's like, oh, well, blah, blah, blah happened. I should have known when it happened, I think. So we wouldn't have to have this huge conversation and me blow up later. Just let me know, hey, this happened, it's all good, and that's it. You just need to call me and tell me. And I would love check-ins anyway. So yeah, it's just really hard it's extremely hard by itself, but when you add my anxiety into the mix, it's just, like I said, crippling. It's just awful. But that's why I wanted to record this and whatnot, because I do want documentation, basically, of how I feel. I was gonna wait for Lawson to get home, but it's not even 6:30 yet, it's almost, but yeah, I just wanted to do it now, as soon as I got home, because it's still fresh and whatnot. But yes, for those of you that don't know or that don't have to co-parent, be grateful, I guess. Sorry guys, I got a call in the middle of vlogging, so one of the downsides of recording on your phone instead of a camera. But yeah, like I was saying, it's just really hard, and I know since my parents were divorced when I was 4, it was hard growing up like that, going back and forth and whatnot. It's just, I feel very guilty for making Grayson go through this now, but I'm kind of glad that it's at a younger age, so he doesn't really know what it's like with both parents together, I guess, as awful as that sounds. But I feel so guilty. I'm gonna make him go through all this heartache and these really crappy kind of holidays sometimes, going back and forth and us fighting and everything. It's just not fair to him, and I feel selfish for bringing him into this world and making him go through this now. But yeah, like I said, it's just hard, and that's all I can really say. I can't explain it any better than that, I guess. But I'm still sitting here hoping it'll still get easier soon. Maybe when my anxiety calms down or I get it taken care of, it'll be easier. Um, but I guess we'll see. And I just gotta get through this week and just can't wait till I get him back already. But I'll stop crying on camera and stuff now. So, anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed. If you have any questions or any advice, please leave it down in the comments. I really appreciate it. Give it a thumbs up if you enjoyed. Please subscribe to my channel so you can see when we post regular, normal, not crying vlogs. And I will talk to you guys tomorrow. Good night.